Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the official Morocco chess channel, where we do everything having anything to do with chess, from playing games of chess, talking, or just talking about chess. And so today we are going to learn a new opening for both the white pieces and the black pieces. I will teach you my signature variations of the very popular openings that I'm gonna show you in this video. So, one of the most popular openings, especially after the Gotham chess era, is the London system. So I grew up watching the London system and playing the London system. It's very beginner friendly, intermediate friendly. It's very flexible. There are a lot of attacking ideas. You can attack both on the queen side, the king side, and in the center, as so. And you're gonna do a pawn break of some sort. Um, However, as I grew up, I developed a variation of this opening. It's already an existing variation, but its name totally depends on what black plays. But I think it's no big difference. I mean, you are going to play it either way. Um, so it goes as so: d4, bishop f4, knight f3, e3, and not c3 but c4. Now the whole idea of this move is to bring the knight to c3 and not the pawn, because had the pawn been there, it wouldn't be possible, well, to just eat your pieces, of course. So it's better to go c4. Now, I noticed this when I was playing a game. I probably don't have, but I don't have the time to remember or retrieve the game from my game's history. But it went something like this. So I ain't gonna play with the black pieces just now. I'm just gonna show you the setup. Then we are going to review black's responses. Or, yeah. So knight f3, e3, and I played here. And my opponent did something, and I went here, and I castled. But then, and I saw this in a lot of games, I always play c4 at some point. Maybe I bring the rook to c1, then play c4 to defend it from something in d5, for example, a pawn in d5, or for example, a knight that went here and here, for example, that's gonna attack this pawn. But of course I defend this, because this pawn is undefended, because the rook always defends the pawns on the corner. And I just thought about, why don't I just play it from the beginning? I mean, I'm gonna play my London setup, sorry, here, and I'm gonna go e3, but not c3. I'm gonna play c4, and now I'm gonna go knight c3, because now in my first games I still went knight d2, but I just found out that I could go to c3, not only d2, and c3 in fact is a better square. Look at how many squares you are controlling. It's much more than here. You're not controlling anything. So here is a better move. And then you're gonna go here and castle. That's my variation setup. You may know it as the Hogwarts defense, something like that. There is also, I don't know, another name, other names probably, plural. But I don't care about what it's. The name depends on what black plays, and we're gonna see that in just now. So let's go to the analysis board and let's play a regular game. D4. I mean, the most popular thing to do in this position is play D5. I'm gonna go on bishop f4. Probably my opponent is going to go here. I've seen this also here. Knight f3. Maybe they're gonna try to copy, kind of copy, but and then give a check, for example, of some sort. But we're gonna see all that. So the first response is ignoring what you play. For example, they're just gonna play d5 and fianchetto. And even if I had I played e4, if I had played e4, they're gonna go e5 and fianchetto either way. They don't care about my first move. They're just gonna counter it with a pawn, even b4, b5. Sorry, b5. So they don't care. So g6. Then we're gonna complete our setup. Sorry, not there. I'm so sorry. Let's just go back. There, I'm gonna go here, c4, not c3. So here there are two things black can play. It's to ignore or defend. It's the same thing. You're ignoring what I just played because I'm trying to challenge your center. I'm trying to trouble your center. I'm trying to trouble it. But you just defend, or if it's already defended, you develop, for example. And then, if had black played this, like ignored this c4 move, I'm just gonna play casually our setup. You're gonna go here, for example, they're gonna castle. You're gonna go here, they're gonna play here, for example, and then you're gonna castle, and that's it. And then you're gonna see, for example, if the opposing king is still in the center, you're gonna try to attack in the center to do a battery. If the king has castled on the king's side, you're gonna go with an attack on the king's side. If the king has castled on the queen's side, you're gonna go a3, b4. So remember this: rook e1, queen e2, h3, g4, and a3, b4. So it's a very flexible variation of the London system, because, well, everybody can play it. I've seen Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana play it a lot in their tournaments. Gotham Chess has even reviewed those games. And that's it. So that's the first response. The second response is to take. Had they taken, you're gonna take with the bishop. Because the bishop, we have put the bishop, we have put the bishop here just temporarily, just to castle. But actually it needs to stay on this diagonal to always defend this pawn. So even if you take after many moves, I'm gonna take back with the bishop. And so my pawn is still defended. Better yet, I have developed a piece to a more active square. So we are going so d takes c4, bishop takes c4, then you're gonna develop. Or maybe it's the other way, for example. Let's say they defend, you're gonna go here, now like this, and now you take. It's the same position. It's absolutely the same position. It's just a transposition. Look. Here and here. It's a transposition. Look. It's a transposition. You see, nothing changed here. Maybe this move, but it depends on who has to play now. But it's a transposition. It's the same idea. Now look at this beautiful center. Look, the bishop on c4, the bishop on f4, the knight on c3, the knight on f3, the pawn on e3, and the pawn on d4. Now look at this nightmare for black, but this paradise for white. Now I'm gonna stick to my plan. If for example my guy has castled on, for example, has castled on the king side, I'm gonna go h3, g4, knight h4. Maybe if here I don't care. Oh, I do care. That's a fork. But let's just say it wasn't there. Like, I'm gonna attack. This is the sweet spot right there. If the king stays in the center, I mean, it's the same thing. I'm gonna go here and here and do a battery and give a break to the center and break the center actually. If had the opposing king castled on the queen side, I'm gonna go a3 b4 and try to get some sort of attack. You see how flexible this opening is? So that's one way of putting it. So we said c4. If you defend or just ignore this pawn, it's gonna turn into a transposition. You're gonna play things, I don't care what they are. But then you are going to take, and I'm taking back with the bishop. And you would look at this sweet center right there. That's the sweet spot for the white pieces. Then you're gonna go with attacking ideas. Now, as I said, attacking ideas. So let's say c4. For example, my opponent doesn't take now. For example, let's say he develops this bishop. I'm gonna go here, try to add more pressure. He's defending. I'm gonna go here to castle. He's gonna castle before me. I'm gonna castle. Then he's gonna take, for example. What did we say? I just take back with my bishop and look at this nightmare of a position. Better yet, my opponent, I have already castled and I'm ready to attack on any side of the board. Any side of the board. I'm ready to attack on any side of the board. I mean, I don't care. A3 and b4. You see, I'm attacking on the queen side, the center, and the king side. So, let's say, so that's an idea. Another thing you can do is, so you can just immediately go for the king, like see where he is, for example, in the center, king side or queen side, then attack on where he is. Or there is another idea with this opening, it's to go here. Queen b3. You probably have seen this a lot in your London system because this is a very soft spot. You need to be, and especially at beginner level, people are gonna forget about these side pawns. Like, they are very fragile, especially on the queen side. These ones on the queen side. So let's say if they defend, look at this. It's a battery and looking straight at the king. Then you could go ahead and open up the center. For example, let's say something like this. For example, you're gonna open up the center to open up this line of battery, and then you're gonna go attack your king and he's done. I mean the opposing king, sorry. And he's done. Your opponent is done. So that's an idea of attacking. So let's say black doesn't play any of this. He doesn't take, and he doesn't just defend. Let's say the game didn't go as like this. Let's say my opponent went here, here, for example, here, 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 check. You see now, in this position, there are 3 squares that this black bishop can go. But first, we need to stop this threat, this check. So a lot of you might be thinking about c3. But that's just a bad move. I mean, you're gonna delay c4 by a move. c3 and then c4. Maybe the bishop went here and is gonna come back. Now, how are you going to defend? The top move for me, the top move is not to go to knight c3, but this time you're gonna go knight d2. Why? Well, first things first, it's defended by, well, 3 pieces, the knight, the king, and the queen. Let's say it's not defended by the king. because you want a castle. Let's say it's not defended by the knight because you don't want to underdevelop or de-develop maybe. Um, then it's only defended by the queen. However, had the queen not been here, for example, let's say here and here, but this is never gonna happen. It's very rare that the queen is not on the home square. Maybe you've already went here and you can't defend it. So in this position, you're gonna take with the knight. Or if you're sure, you're 100% sure that you would be to castle by hand, I mean manually castle, go ahead, sure, do it. That's one way of putting it. So if there are two things your opponent here can do. It's either to take, you're gonna take back and develop casually. Casually develop. For example, let's say he takes now. You're gonna take, you're gonna go here. Same ideas. Same ideas. It's the same ideas. There are the same ideas. Maybe you're gonna do the battery, the infamous battery. And so, this is one way of putting it. However, let's say he didn't take. For example, he went here. You went here to defend. He didn't take. For example, let's say he ignored. For example, let's say he went here. Or here. Or just castled. There are lots of moves in this position. In this instance, you're gonna try to kick it out. Here there are three moves black can play. It's either to go here. So let's say he does that. And then he's gonna be controlling absolutely no squares. Like, he's not even in the center. It's a very inactive bishop. And look at how many black pawns you got. It's a very inactive bishop. So, it's better for your opponent to go back. That's the other move. Now, if ever this bishop is under attack by another bishop, you don't trade, you don't let them take you, but you block. If they do take, you're gonna just take. If they add more, it's white to play. If they add more pressure, you take. Depends on which piece they take. So they absolutely need to take the knight because you're attacking the queen. Oh, that's a bad move. You're gonna take the knight. You're gonna take the bishop. Look at this. Or maybe let's say you're gonna take with the queen, but then the pawn would be here, still double pawns. Look at this pawn structure. How weird is this pawn structure? It's not strong. So you know what to do. You block. If they add more pressure, you just trade. You take, I take, you take, and then I'm gonna play here, like play my, and then I'm gonna play knight b3. That's also a move you need to add to your repertoire. And then I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna castle. I'm gonna attack you, and you're done. You're gonna pull yourself. So let's say, for example, you played here. They played here, you played here, then they play here. Now you block with knight d2 and not here because if you went there, let's say you went there, you can't go there because they're gonna take you and you're gonna have doubled pawns. That's what they want. So you're not gonna let that happen. So knight c6 here, then they're gonna check. When they played knight c6 and when you played c4, they're gonna check you right just now. Then you're gonna go knight d2, of course. So three things they can do. Either to take, you're gonna take back with the queen. If they take here now, for example, you're gonna take back. Like this, just basic chess opening principles. And so let's say they for example don't take. Let's say for example they ignore. For example, let's say they castle. Three things they can do. When you play a3, of course, you remember, if you play knight d2, you gotta play a3 to kick out this bishop. Absolutely, because now they can make a blunder, which is they have three squares to go to, here or here or here. Now this is bad, this is just bad, as we said. So they're gonna try to go here to trade. In this instance, what did we say? You have got to block, but here you can't block because the knight is already guarding this square, and it's if had the knight been here, so you're gonna play here, and he's just gonna add more pressure, but it's already adding more pressure. In this instance, you're going here, and you're castling on the queen side. Why? Because if they take, which is probably the better move, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they're probably not going to see b6, like, not in a million years, especially if you're so if why? Do you know why the engine says b6 and not to take? Because if they take, you're gonna take back with this open. That's why they say to play here. That's it. Thank you, engine. That's why they say to play here, to block anything from happening. And you're gonna come here. If you hadn't played this, for example, you're gonna take, you're gonna play here, for example, you're gonna go here. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at this. You're gonna go here, they're gonna go here, you're gonna take here. On every, it's very flexible, and on every side of the board, every corner of the board, left, queen, king, and center. It's a very good opening. So let's say another idea we said is to so it's here. I'm gonna go here. Another idea. So we said three squares. This, this, and this. If they go here, you play this move either way. Why? You're blocking in their bishop. And in fact, if they don't develop that bishop, for example, let's say here. For example, let's say they just play here, and then you're gonna, for example, play here. For example, they play here. If this bishop is not already developed, or if it was developed but it had to go back, you block it in with c5. You see this c4 move? Now, had the pawn been here on c3, none of this would have happened. None of this, absolute 0% of this position would match the c3 variation of the London. You're gonna play c5 to block it in. If either it's already in its home square or in these three squares, you're gonna block it in. Or if it has already developed but then came back out of, well, let's just say fear. And so you're gonna block it in, and your opponent absolutely has no squares to control. This bishop is very inactive. However, look at my bishop. Look at what it's staring at. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, you're gonna go here, for example, here. You're gonna try to defend this last pawn. I'm gonna take this pawn. You see how flexible this opening is? So that's one way of looking at it. So there are three variations, we said. So there are three, right now we only saw three variations of this opening. So let's say e6, yeah. So we're gonna go e3, what? Oh yeah, this first. Now we saw the, for example, the ignore, so we saw the regular move variation. For example, it's either here or here, or queen. Like, you're ignoring this check. You're gonna go here. So there are two variations. It's to go check. You know what to play against that. You're gonna go here. Depends on what your opponent plays. If he takes, you take back, and that's it. If, for example, he ignores plays here or castles, you're gonna go here. If here, you're just gonna swarm them on that side. If here, you're gonna swarm him and block him in on that side. If here, we said you'd normally block if there is not the knight, if there is no knight in this square. In this instance, there is the knight on this square, so you're gonna defend the bishop by playing here. And if they do take, you're gonna take back with the h pawn and open this. However, your king is going to be exposed on this side of the board, so you have got a castle on the opposite side of the board, and maybe go king b1 and king a2, for example, then going b3 with your pawn, for example. That's one way of putting it. There is also the take variation, where you're just going to take. So these are the two main variations of this variation of the London system. Another thing people try to do is, for example, d4, d5. For example, here, for example, they're gonna try to go here. Now you're gonna tell me, why? What is that move? Well, the idea is to eventually go e5 to attack this bishop and this pawn. So here, you're gonna, because you would say it's not a pretty good move because you're blocking in this knight, but I don't care, because I'm gonna play e5 and I'm gonna bring my knight here and maybe try to fianchetto-like position. So I'm gonna play here casually. So the idea behind this move is to go here, and when you go here, I'm gonna go here, and you have absolutely no squares to go to. So if ever you're seeing that this bishop is going to your opponent is preparing to attack this bishop in any way possible, you gotta play h3. Why h3? Because if your opponent attacks your bishop, you're gonna go to h2, because now it's an available square. You couldn't go to h2 if you hadn't played the h3, because the pawn is on h2. So that's just a little like move to add to your repertoire. It's true your bishop is going to be a little inactive, but especially at beginner and intermediate level, your opponent, which is going to be playing with the black pieces, is going to forget that there is a bishop snipering out here, or sniping out here, from very far away from the corner of the board on the h2 square. It's very far away. Your opponent isn't going to see it, because just look at this. Just let's play a casual game. For example, let's go here. Here, for example, here, take, here. Let's go, for example, here. For example, I'm gonna castle. Oh, you can't castle. Why can't? Oh, because the bishop is staring here. You see how good these bishops are? You're gonna go, for example, they're gonna go here. You're gonna try to go a3, b4. They're gonna see your plan, and they're going to try to defend. However, they forgot about this bishop right here. So this is a very famous blunder in this variation of the London. However, look. You're still like, look at this position. You still can go and attack on the king side. However, I wouldn't recommend it, because you're gonna expose your king to this rook right here, especially that your opponent can't castle. If you're still on the center, you can attack still on the center, and you're gonna go a3, b4 to attack on the queen side. So you can still Even if you play, I don't care how many moves. It's a very flexible opening, and I just can't say it enough. So that's one way of putting it. If if ever your opponent is preparing to attack this bishop, either way, in either way, is just preparing. If he's just preparing to attack it, or another famous move is here. Sorry, no. Another famous move is here to try to attack on this side to not block the knight from going to the sweet f6 spot. You're gonna play h6. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go here, and then you're just gonna do what you would normally do. Like even if they take, you just take back. It's a transposition. Everything is just a transposition. It's a very flexible opening. You're gonna castle. So that's it. I mean, another thing you can do. What did I forget? Gonna go here. For example, let's say for example, they go here. You're gonna go here. So this is just, it's pretty darn good. So I'm gonna try to play a game with white to show you this opening, but before I'm gonna show you, so that's it, that's the opening course for this variation. It's my signature variation. I like it very, very much. I have never played in my life e4 before, maybe 1 or 2 times. Against very low rated players. I play e4, but always please play this opening and you're gonna see the change. So tell me guys in the comments if this opening has worked out for you. I'm gonna give you another opening but for black. So as you can see, it's not quite an opening for both. It's just kind of a variation of very popular openings, but still it's a signature variation. I like it very much. I mean, I play against a friend of mine who is real bad at chess. He's just a beginner, and I taught him this opening. I swear to you. I swear to you that I just taught him this opening. On the second day where he played this opening, he beat me. And I'm telling you, he's like rated 200 on Lichess. Not even on chess.com. Do you know how dumb is 200 on Lichess? So just so you know. So, another thing that we are going to learn today is an opening for black, for the black pieces. So I don't know how to flip the board. Let's go to the board editor. I'm gonna flip the board and I'm gonna show you this opening. This opening is called the infamous Sicilian. So there is the Sicilian dragon, the regular Sicilian defense and everything. They tell you to, when they play d4, you just take. I don't like all that. You're gonna go here, and then you are going here and here. Then you're gonna go with your bishop here, and you're gonna go with your knight here, and you're gonna castle. You're gonna play h6, and then you're gonna go b6, bishop b7. Now, this is like the normal setup, like here, wait, just wait. You're gonna go, so I don't care if you play e4 or d4, it's the same thing. So if you play e4, you're gonna play c5 directly. If they play here, you're not gonna take as they tell you. You're gonna go e6 to defend it with the bishop. It's a discovered defense of the pawn. If they take, you're gonna take back. Better yet, you have developed your bishop. like we saw in the c4 variation of the London system. It's the same thing. Then you're gonna go here, and you're gonna go here, 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 and then you're gonna go here, and just castle. You're gonna go h6, and then you're gonna see what you're gonna do. You're gonna improvise in your position, in the current position you're going to have. You're going to improvise. Now, let's say you so I don't really know a lot of plans like for this opening, like I showed you in the for the variation of the London system, but this is the setup you gotta have, man. This is just the setup. Or you're gonna have your bishop here and the pawn here, if they don't take it like I said. If they don't take it like I said. So, it's not much of an opening strategies. It doesn't have tactics like I showed you. It doesn't depend on what white plays. The Sicilian defense is played by everybody. Literally, it's the best opening move against e4. I think it's the second best, but for certain engines, chess engines, they love to play c5. It's just the best there is. And this variation I showed you is very good. You're gonna have both the bishops here. You're gonna play here. Then you're gonna play here, and of course you're gonna play c5, and you're going to play here, here of course, to put the bishop there, and then you're gonna go here if possible, if there isn't a pawn here or here, because if you play here, I'm gonna go here, and you wouldn't be able to go there. So maybe you're gonna have to bring your bishop not to e7, but to d6, and bring the knight to e7. So it's one of the best openings there is. So I'm gonna play a game to show you this. I'm gonna play a rapid game like most of you do. 10 plus 5. So I'm playing with the black pieces. It's great to show you how to play the Sicilian. See, he played e4. I'm gonna play c5. Even if you play d4, you're gonna prioritize this move first, then you're gonna play c5. Because if they take, well, you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go here. That's what you start with. So when they go here, you must usually, it's better that you try to kick out this bishop. You don't care about having doubled pawns in this instance. So you don't care about having doubled pawns. Probably this is going to be a target because it's not defended, but you still have the rook. So you gotta keep an end the bishop when we move this pawn to take back the So you see, it's still defended by a lot of pieces, and you're gonna put the bishop here as always to b7. So I think it's better now if you take, because you don't really want to have these doubled pawns, but it's no biggie, it's not a big deal. But you should try to get them to take you so that you can develop and take at the same time. So our opponents played knight to c3. I'm going to take, and I'm gonna go. I'm just. Uh, you see, I'm trying to think of this and this, but I don't know what to start with first, or even this. I'm gonna even go c5 to the c5 square. Don't know what to play. I don't know what's the better move. Um, let's go with this. Then here, so that I get some interest. If they don't go here to attack my bishop. So, I don't know what to do. Maybe I take? But no, but I have many pawns on white light squares. I'm going to add pressure, for example. So I'm looking at this and this. So my opponent is trying to defend. However, they forgot about this little pawn right here, and when I'm gonna take this pawn, I'm threatening this also. And when I take this, I'm double threatening this. So it's a bad move. Let's see what my opponent plays. He already used most of his time. So I'm gonna take. So yeah, so white resigned, black is victorious. You see how dumb people are? Plus I used less time than him, plus he's higher rated than me. Well, isn't that just fucked up? Like, I mean, I'm gonna play another game. Please be the white pieces so that I show you this variation of the London. Okay, the black pieces again, no problem. I'm still going to play my favorite opening. If they try to attack, you defend, always. Now, it's also good if you trade off this pawn. And you have this pawn on e6 defending it. You know why? Because you open the line to this bishop, who is probably just going to go to b7, as I told you. So now it's pretty good. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna castle. I'm gonna go here. That's also a good setup, as you can see. In the Sicilian, you've just gotta play it with your heart. I mean, when it comes to the Sicilian, as I showed you, just stick to good principles. If you can't, like, you make a just a little bit of blunders every now and then, it's no biggie. It's normal. Just stick to the plan that I showed you. Now if I go here, takes, with an attack on the queen, okay. Plus I'm opening the line to this bishop, and if I open the line to this bishop, I'm going here, and when my knight would be here, I'm going here. So see how good this is. And especially when you play the Sicilian, especially at beginner level, people don't really know what to play against it. So they're trying to take this bishop. Now I don't care about that bishop. I'm just gonna go this way. I don't know what's the better move. Probably just going to defend it. If you take my bishop, let's say I take yours. Now that's a fork. You see how bad this move was? You see now? I don't think there is a good move now. Oh, that's a nice good one. That's a nice one. So, what would you like to take? Oh my god, I blundered that. Oh good lord. I'm just so dumb. It's normal, it's normal. I mean, we all had our moments. I didn't think it through, you know. And I'm like nervous recording this video, kinda. Again, the black pieces. Oh, come on. So d4, I'm gonna play here to prepare this move. Sorry, here to prepare c5. Going here, I'm gonna take, especially. Oh, a pyramid, nice. I'm gonna threaten you even more. Now I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this. Looking at also quite some ideas here, you know. So I'm going to check my opponent. He's probably gonna go defend. I'm gonna add even more pressure. Oh, bad move. That is just a bad move. Now you're preventing yourself from castling, you dumbass. Let's see. I'm gonna go here to add even more pressure on this pawn. Then probably I'm gonna go here. That's also a pretty good move. I'm gonna go here to redirect it to this way, you know. That's nice also. That's also nice. Well, I'm just gonna castle. Alright. Now, are you just giving me this pawn? Come on, man. Come on. Are you that dumb? I'm going check. I'm gonna go there probably. If you go here, I'm gonna. Oh, I forgot. What is happening to me? Like, it's not that bad of a move. I'm still up 2 points because the fuck is that? Like, just wait. I thought that I blundered this when he took me. But I knew I played that move because that's already defended. So rook g2, okay, not too bad of a move, let's see. I'm going here. Let's close this tab. I am so impatient in my games. I know that I'm playing too fast, but just for you guys, I'm playing too fast, you know. So yeah. I think I'm gonna start an attack, but probably not. Go there, takes with the rook. Ooh, you're trying to get something from here. Well, you aren't, buddy. You really aren't. Probably my opponent was thinking to go here, then take with jack. Yeah, because it's defended. I can't take. So, what did he play? Knight c3. Okay, not too bad of a move. Not too bad of a move. Let's see, and let us see. I think I'm gonna go here, and here, then here, probably. Or probably I'm gonna go here, takes, and oh wait, no, I can't go here because takes. I'm gonna take, you're gonna take. So oh, that's some high level stuff right there. I don't want this knight to go to the center, but it's, I don't care about the sacrifice because I have this. Sorry, with the knight. Now I have this. Ooh, that's a nice one. I'm trying not to blunder a discover check, you know, because when he's gonna move and I'm worried about this, you know, but everything's defending. That's what I was thinking a lot. Not too much though, not too much. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell happened here? My god, it was on this. Come on, please don't say fuck. That son of a gun. I mean, I just don't care anymore. Fuck it. You're gonna take this or this. I don't care anymore. Oh, it's defended. Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Nah, bro. Good lord. What the hell is happening to me? Oh, come on. Come on. That's too bad of an impression. Well, too bad for you. Still up 3 points of material. It's 3 here, it says 6, but you can just take. What the hell is that move? Yes, you take, of course. You hungry son of a bitch. Then I'm gonna go here, trying to get something from here. And I'm gonna try to go here. To get this open file and to attack this rook right here and to get these two open files. The E and the D file, the D and the E files are very important in a chess game. You see how my opponents blundered? Well, I also blundered, but not too much. I mean, oh, that's bad. That is bad. It looks bad, sure. Oh, good lord. Just saved my rook from this check. I don't like this is how this is looking. I really don't. Oh, hell nah. Come on, but look at this. Look at this fork. My opponent isn't going to see it probably. I don't know what is happening to me today. Ugh, I'm too dumb today. Is that checkmate? Oh my god. Oh hell nah. Okay, I'm gonna end the video on a loss. It ain't too bad, come on. That was it for today's video, and well, don't because I played with the black pieces, that's why I didn't really win, because it's not a very fixed opening. But I really encourage you to play it. I mean, you're gonna learn by it. But every other game I win with the black pieces. I'm gonna show you. Where is my history, language, sound, background, board, piece sets? What? Let's go with profile, I think. Rapid, blitz, bullets, classical, correspondence. This is my... You see how my rapid rating was? So, oh no. Played rapid games. 3 wins and 2 losses. Games, 2 losses. Oh my god. No, I didn't. What? Played 1 move in 1 correspondence game. Played 9 rapid games. 5 wins and 4 losses. Played 10 rapid games. 5 wins and 5 losses. Played 1 blitz game, 1 loss. I never played a blitz game. It's probably my brother. I don't know. Defeat versus Stockfish. Oh, this doesn't count. Come on. I was just trying to, you know, mean crazy. 3 wins and 2 losses today. So played 2 rapid games, yeah. Can't I see, like, games with black? Yes, I can. So, Sicilian defense. Yeah, I won with the black pieces with the Sicilian defense, you see? Oh, this was today, the game that I showed you. See, I won again 1 hour ago. I won again with the white pieces, with the variation that I showed you with the London. You see how good these openings are? You see? I'll take the trade. I mean, look, the opening is 10 out of 10. The skill is what changes how you see the opening. That's why I really encourage you to learn this opening and really give it some thought. This opening is pretty darn good. So, goodbye, and that's it for today. I hope you, I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you eat couscous this Friday. And that's it for today. Goodbye. See you again this, probably tomorrow. But goodbye.